Love Song with Jake Owen. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's edition of AM Minnesota. We have in studio Barb Larson. She just now arrived on the scene. How awesome is that? And also joining us this morning, we have Sherry Johnson. We're going to find out what her capacity is with the 24th annual Taste of Faribault, which is coming up. It's just around the corner. It's next Thursday, Barb. The taste buds are salivating.
They should be. We have another banner year in store for Faribault. Very exciting. Some new businesses, of course, joining us, and all the favorites from the past will be there as well.
You have something new coming up too. We're going to talk about a little later, right?
We do. We've added Taste Week, so it's going to continue for a whole week.
I'll let you introduce our other guest.
I'm happy to do that. Sherry Johnson is the exalted ruler at the Faribault Elks Club here in Faribault, and is one of our key volunteers on our special events committee. Special events at the chamber produces the Taste of Faribault Business Awards in May, as well as our gala in February. We also help out with some other events throughout the year, but Sherry has been a key volunteer for a number of years, and I'm very grateful for her help and her assistance and her wonderful ideas that she brings forward, and just really positive attitude working with our group. So Sherry's here to join me and talk about some of the things we have for taste.
No, we do have to fit Sherry out the door when the show's over, so we don't want to, get her head too big.
You know what? Sherry also had a big part through the Elks with the wall that was here this last weekend.
Yeah.
And so I think Sherry's a little tired yet. It was a huge weekend. We had business before hours this morning at First United Bank, and Peter Von Sluis was there and talked about perhaps 25,000 visitors over the 20,000 they had estimated, and how well organized the comments were, and the emotion that was seen throughout the 5 days that the wall was here. And so kudos to all those folks that worked on that. What a tremendous piece, and to warm your heart, and maybe some closure for some vets, and for people to have a more positive feeling about the vets from the Vietnam era, the people that just didn't quite get it.
Right.
Yeah. With that, let's hear from Sherry.
Morning. Thanks for having me.
I just need that mic closer to you there. I'm sorry.
Cool.
Little mic problem here.
No, that's okay. That'll work.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here. We have a great special events committee, and it's a lot of fun to work on that committee and bring all these wonderful things to Faribault and keep them going year after year. I think this is probably my 9th or 10th year with the Taste of Faribault, and so it's been a wonderful event. I have learned a lot about some of the smaller businesses when I first came to town 20 years ago that I didn't know about. So it was wonderful to come to the Taste of Faribault and actually learn about Faribault as well. So many tastes. It's a wonderful thing. We've added a lot of our liquid vendors as well. Haskell's and several of our other vendors have come, and how big Hy-Vee has gotten over the years. And some of the other smaller restaurants, some of the Mexican restaurants, I was amazed at the different things that Subway had to offer over the years as well. So it's just a wonderful event. I hope everybody comes out to see it, and you won't be at a lack for any tasting at all. So come hungry.
Unfortunately, when they moved it to evenings, I don't get to go because I'm usually doing a game in the evening. So that's the only bummer of it.
Oh, well, and sadly, there are a number of people that can't make an evening event. There are probably an equal number of people that can't make a lunch event.
Right.
But a few years ago, when we changed from lunch to evening, it was because the vendors said we want to focus on our evening business.
We figured it out.
Yeah. You are something. I heard you talking about Graceland this morning on the radio.
Yeah, I went there for my honeymoon with my ex. That was interesting.
A couple of years ago? Couple years ago?
A long time ago. 1982.
Oh my gosh, I bet you wouldn't even know it now.
I don't know.
A lot of things have changed.
Same company that does Graceland is going to do Paisley Park.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, John. Certainly appreciate that. Your opening marker report is a service of your KDHO Agri Boosters, Northland Buildings. For quality pole frame construction, head to the website northlandbuildings.com. And Ag Power Enterprises, your John Deere dealer. They have locations in Owatonna, Hollandale, Belle Plaine, also Osage, and Northwood, Iowa. We have in studio a couple of ladies who are telling us all about Taste of Faribault 24th annual event. Wow, it doesn't seem like it's been 24 years, but it obviously has. As Taste of Faribault will be next Thursday. The hours are 5 until 8 in the evening at the Faribault American Legion.
Correct.
And it's been at the Legion for, what do you think, a decade maybe?
Oh gosh, I've been with the chamber for 10 years. This is my 10th year doing Taste. Reading a little bit about it, I know it was at the KC Hall at one time. I believe it was at the Faribault West Mall at one time. All of my 10 years, however, it has been at the Legion.
Okay. So it's been there every year you've been around too?
Yes.
Sherry Johnson is with us as well. She is the the exalted ruler, I'm sorry, of the of the Elks Lodge. The Elks Lodge.
Correct.
How long have you been in is that a voted in thing? How does that work?
Yes, it is. The Elks, we do a lot with children and veterans as well. And so the wall coming was very good, and you get voted in for different chairs, and you take different positions that get you ready to be the exalted ruler, which is considered the president of a company. And then you go to different events, represent your lodge, make sure that your lodge is running smoothly, and it's
We were
quite the
chatting
honor.
before going on the air, and you were telling me, Sherry, that you did a lot of volunteering, of course, at the wall.
Yes, I did.
I was there a couple of days, but I wasn't there every day. You were there every day, right?
Every day but Friday, yeah.
Okay.
I was.
Well, that's
So
cool.
it was a wonderful event. It was wonderful to see how a community can come together for one thing, for the good of all.
I have to tell you, I was floored on Monday when I drove out there for the closing ceremony. I thought the crowd might peter out a little bit on the last day. There was no petering out. There were lots of people there.
There was, and more people on Monday just said, hey, what can I do to help? And it got the wall down, got the driver on his way to his next event, and got us all home and safe for the day.
Yeah, he told us, I helped take down the wall. He told us that it was record takedown.
Yes, and that was due to all the great
Well, sure.
volunteers
There's a lot
that
of
stayed
people.
and helped.
That's why. More hands, the quicker the time goes.
Yeah, I would also like to comment that the day the wall arrived when
The processional,
the processional coming into town, to see the motorcycle group come through and the dignitaries, and to see the people out showing respect and gratitude was overwhelming. We at the chamber walked over to the Highway 21 and 60 corner, and there was a group of us there, and it was emotional for us. And we actually had a young man with us who is a Rotary exchange student, and we were trying to explain to him what it was, and he talked about the bravery of men and women serving their country, and so it was really an experience I'm glad that I was able to have.
Well, we're about the same age, and you remember what was going on
I do.
during the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
highly controversial, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad always told me, you just go fight for your country. That's the bottom line.
Yep. And of course, there was the draft, of course, during the Vietnam era, so there were a lot of young men that went that wouldn't have chosen to serve. It was a very controversial time, and I'm glad we're through that.
Yeah,
And
let that go.
yep, we're now 2016 and going forward. Be proud of our country, be proud of our state, be proud of our city, be proud of what everyone does. If everyone does a little bit, makes such a huge difference.
So I'm assuming, Sherry, that you saw the processional too?
Yes, I rode in it.
Oh,
as a
you
matter of
rode it.
fact.
I bet
She
that was
did.
cool.
From
She had the wave down.
She's got a different perspective then.
What was really amazing to me, not just all of the participation, but every little dirt road from Owatonna here had people on the corners. So they
Wow.
had come in from the countryside to see the processional, wave, say thank you, have flags, and support it. So not only our community, but the surrounding communities as well.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So.
It was a terrific sight. And speaking of terrific sights, Taste of Faribault is always a terrific sight. Who doesn't like looking at delicious food?
I know, I know. We are very fortunate that we have a great membership at the Chamber, and we reach out to our members to ask for sponsorship support. Though it is a fundraiser for the Chamber, we do sell tickets, and you can get advance tickets at the Chamber. They're $15. They will be $20 at the door. Or if you buy tickets, if you're going to bring a group, you buy 5, you get 1 free. So that said, though, we do need member support, and we have a great membership that supports us. This event is presented by the Daily News, and CNS Vending and Encore Catering, as well as Jenny O, are our event sponsors. First United Bank, our Shambo Brothers, Edina Realty Home Services, Halverson Farms and Biowood, Hometown Credit Union, Gray Companies, Truex and Associates, Valley Staffing, and Wells Fargo have all stepped up and provided sponsorships so that the expenses that we have we can meet and make this a great event, not only for our members but for the public. A lot of the work that we do involves just our membership, but this event, as well as our business expo, are open to the public, and so they get to get a little bit of the Chamber taste, and all of the participants, of course, support us through membership, and we're grateful for that. We could not do the work we do without member support, and of course, the Chamber is the sponsor of the Main Street group and is the contract holder for the tourism office. And of course, when those budgets aren't met, the Chamber steps up and feeds those budgets. And so it does take member and community support to bring that all, so we all have a community we're proud of.
Outside of the food, which is obvious, Sherry, what's your favorite part about Taste of Faribault?
Wow. The food, the wine, the beer, everything is wonderful. The camaraderie to see people, meeting people, great way to network throughout the community if you're a community member, to come out, wear your name badges, and just socialize with the rest of the community, and get to meet actually the owners. A lot of times are the ones serving at some of those smaller places. So it's nice to get to know your community that way.
Yeah, you probably, in some of these places, maybe wouldn't get the opportunity to meet the owner.
Exactly.
Depending on what time you go have your meal.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. You get to meet and greet lots of people, and our committee works hard. Our ambassadors pitch in, so it's a big effort for everyone to come out and put this on. So
Yeah.
Please come out, enjoy. You won't be disappointed.
And I know, Barb and I have talked about this many times, Sherry, but the variety of food we have offered in this town is unbelievable.
It
You can have
is.
anything you want.
People always say, oh, we don't have enough restaurants. Oh, come to the Taste, you'll realize. And we don't have all the restaurants, but boy, we have a huge amount, and you will be surprised.
Well, name a food that we can't, I mean, you got Japanese, you've got Thai, you've got Mexican, you've got, you know.
Yep. And I'm excited to announce this year that Warehouse A, that just opened in the Alexander's building, is going to be joining us. F-Town Brewery will be back. They're relatively new. Bluebird Cake will be back. Coffee Shop and Chocolate Haven. Dan Abelman will be there with his apples. Crack of Dawn Bakehouse and Market. Artisan Bread Bakers will be joining us. They're new. So if you haven't had an opportunity to visit with some of these new folks, it's a great way to meet them and look at their menus if they have them out. And one thing that some of the owners have told me is that when they're there at the event and engaging with the guests at the Taste, sometimes they hear things that make them take a step back and say, maybe we shouldn't be doing that. Or they hear a suggestion that really resonates with them, and they go back to their restaurant and they ponder what they've heard, and sometimes changes are made. So when you come to taste, don't be afraid to tell somebody what you really like, but find a kind way to tell them if there's something that you don't like. It's far easier to have change if you go to the right person versus, gossiping and starting this whole negative
Right.
conversation. So a lot of the owners are there, as Sherry said, and we have found that in Faribault, people are very intrigued and want to know who they're doing business with. If an owner is typically on site, they want to put a name and a face together. And most times the owners are very gracious and want to know who their customers are, because those are the people that are paying their bills. And if they're not doing it right, they're not going to succeed. So come with an open mind and try things. I will tell you also that some of the vendors will have Christmas party options if you want to book a Christmas party or some type of catering event. They are allowed to sell from their tables. So if you're looking to book a Christmas party or want ideas, this is a great time to visit with folks while you're eating and noshing, and find out what your options are and how you can use a local business. Because when you shop local, you're supporting a family, and of course, we've done that circle of the dollar. I believe it's 5 or 7 times $1 circulates through the community. So if you eat at a restaurant, that waitress that might make a tip can afford to get her hair done, or afford to go and buy a pair of shoes, or get her car fixed, or buy a house, or go to the grocery store and buy some extra groceries. So important to shop local. And we know that you can't get everything locally. There are some things you just can't get. But if you shop Faribault first, you are going to be surprised and amazed at the plethora of things that you can find. You just have to get out there and do the, walk the walk.
Again, Barb Larson is from the Faribault Area Chamber of Commerce. Sherry Johnson is on the Taste of Faribault committee and has been for approximately a decade. She is also the exalted ruler of the Elks Lodge. And you got a couple of events you want to plug while you're here? Coming up at the
Well,
Elks?
we do have an Oktoberfest coming up, September 23rd. A lot of great food tastings to find out about the country, and some great band coming. So come out and check it out.
And I'm sure you need members, right? You're always in need of members.
Always in need of members, yes. Come on down, see what we're all about. Just ring the buzzer and come on in, and any one of us will let you know what we're about, answer any questions, and welcome you with open arms.
There's dues, that
Yes.
sort of thing.
Oh yes, always have dues.
Do you accept anybody? I mean, would you take a flunky radio guy or anything?
We might.
I don't know, they're pretty tough over there.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, they're not.
Barb is a new member
I am a new
to
Wow.
the Elks Lodge.
Wow.
So we have welcomed her now for the last 30 days.
So they probably will let anybody in, Grace.
So you don't have any initiation kind of thing?
Oh, I can't talk about that.
Can't talk about
Nope,
that.
nope,
No,
nope, nope.
no, no.
No running through a ring of fire or
No,
anything?
we just ask that you can salute the flag and say the Pledge of Allegiance and believe in God.
That's all that
Yep.
is required.
It is, and we do our main focus on children. We support a youth camp for children, and we send out of our lodge 6 boys and 6 girls up there for a week of fun and just to be a kid. So if you know of any deserving children, you can give our lodge a call, and we'll put you in touch with the right person. Virginia Van Sluis was our veterans chair, and she was influential in getting the wall started and brought to Faribault, so we're pretty proud of that.
Yeah. Melanie gave her the American flag at the closing, you know.
And it's well deserved.
That was pretty
Yep.
cool. And then Steve Bauer, boy, he got pretty emotional when he got the POW-MIA flag for obvious reasons. He had that held to his
Yep.
heart as he was walking
Oh,
away
yeah.
and was choking back the tears.
Yep, he will honor that greatly.
Good
So,
choice there, too.
Yep.
Lots of people were there. So, this new event coming up, the Taste Week follows Taste of Faribault. So do we get to taste something free at some restaurant in town each day of the week, or how does that work?
When you come to Taste of Faribault, you will have an opportunity to pick up a taste card. There's no charge to get the card, and on the back of the card are going to be the participating vendors from Taste of Faribault. We're asking people, of course, always to shop and dine locally, but from Friday, September 16th through Sunday, September 25th, we want you to visit the businesses on the card, get a receipt for your purchase, and anytime before the 29th of September, bring your receipts to the chamber. We just want to verify them. And for every receipt you have, you'll go in a drawing for a $50 chamber check that we'll draw on actually later in the day on the 29th. If you take a photo of yourself at a restaurant or maybe at the liquor store holding a nice bottle of wine or something you've purchased, and you post that on the I Get It in Faribault Facebook page, and your name is drawn as the winner, the prize will double to $100. So no fee to participate in Taste Week. Some of the vendors may have specials, others just go in and maybe try something that's on their menu or have a full serving of something you tasted. But patronize the Taste of Faribault participants during Taste Week, September 16th to 25th. Get receipts for your purchases. If you want to take a selfie and post it on the I Get It in Faribault Facebook page, you have a chance to double your prize if you are the winner, from $50 to $100.
Kind of a no-brainer there.
Pretty simple. The taste cards will also be available at the chamber, and most of the restaurants will have a supply of them as well. So we're going to give this a try. We want to extend the value of Taste of Faribault so that, you know, a lot of people will taste something and they may not go back for a while, and then they'll forget where they had that. And so this, when it's fresh on your tongue, you'll be able to go and visit these folks, and you know, hopefully you'll find a new favorite, and of course visit your current favorites. But this is modeled after Eat Week, and there are many events around the country that do Eat Weeks, and they charge the participants, as I was doing my research, $200 to $500 to be an Eat Week participant. We're doing it for free. We want to extend the value for our members, and we want people to get out and to know that they can go out for a nice meal in Faribault for a reasonable price, have good food, good service, and a quick car ride home.
Now this appeared to me when I used to be able to go to the Taste of Faribault that it was organized in that you wouldn't see a lot of duplication.
Right.
Is that the case?
Well, we do our best. You know, there are, of course, you know, Jimmy John's is with us, and Subway is with us. They both have sandwiches,
right,
though they're different. So I know that in the past, Subway has done some different subs over what Jimmy John's does, but different palates like different things, and some people maybe have been a Subway customer and haven't tried Jimmy John's, and it gives them a chance to try it and to know that it's a different way to make a sandwich.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's better, it's different. So, you know, we do our best. Most of the folks want to showcase something that they're known for or something new that they want to introduce. So,
they inform you of this before the event, or you don't find out?
We ask them if there's something that they know they specifically want to showcase. I ask them for that, so that, for example, I know that Jerry Kess from Basher's will have ribs.
Of course.
He better.
Although his fish is pretty good too.
I know. What's not to like out there?
Oh boy, it's like candy.
Yeah. So, you know, let's just say that Winjam's was also going to have ribs. I would say to Winjam's, that's great. You're welcome to have ribs. I just want you to know that Jerry Kess is doing ribs as well.
Sure.
And they might go ahead and do it, and they might say, you know what, we're going to do something else. So we don't police that, but, you know, we just don't want any surprises. We want it to be comfortable, and we don't want someone to feel that they're overshadowed, because this is really equal opportunity. Equal opportunity. I will tell you also that this year, again, I believe for the 4th year, the Beyond the Yellow Ribbon Veterans Group will be there with a table with information about their organization, always looking for volunteers, and wanting to reach out to veterans and veterans' families. When a veteran is deployed, when a soldier is deployed and the family is left here, sometimes mom has to put a roof on the house, or the car blows up or something, and dad is deployed, and what do I do, and I don't have the money. So Beyond the Yellow Ribbon Group reaches out to veterans and veterans' families, and so they're there with an information table, and hopefully they're able to reach people that know somebody that may need some services. So they'll be there, and I believe they will have some MREs, meals ready to eat. So if you want to taste what a soldier might eat, you can get an MRE and take it home and decide when you want to open that baby up.
Have you tried these?
I've not tried them because there's all kinds of good stuff. I have heard from our friends at the Armory that they're so much better than they used to be.
Oh, okay. The ones I had were not good. I tried them many years ago.
Yeah. It's surprising the last few years when the Yellow Ribbon Group has been there with MREs. People line up and want to take one home, and whether they eat it or whether they're saving it for when they have to go into the bomb shelter, I don't know what they're doing with it, but it's just a way to connect, and they want to be part of our community, and so we welcome them to be there as well.
Now, Sherry, your husband
Yes.
is a career military guy, right?
Yes, he served 20 years in the Army.
So he's had a lot of these MREs.
Yeah, and he brought them home to the kids. They weren't so bad.
Oh, okay.
Not as bad as you'd think, so
Okay.
give them a try.
Well, back in the day,
Yep.
they weren't good. I know that.
Yeah, the earlier years weren't so great, but the newer ones are a little more nutritious.
Yeah, I remember my dad telling me during World War II as well. I guess they did have some decent food. That's when they had Spam, in their meals.
Okay.
That's how a whole generation got hooked on Spam. Well, we've got a minute left in the show, Barb. Anything that we did not touch on that we should touch on? Every kind of food imaginable will probably be at Taste of Faribault.
That's right. And I just want to encourage folks, tickets on sale now at the Chamber, $15. You'll pay $20 at the door, but you're not tipping anybody. It's a flat fee, $20. It's a cheap date night. You can eat and drink whatever you want, as much as you want. If you're going to get a group together, get a group of girlfriends or some couples, come out. 5 tickets purchased, you get 1 free. If you're a large employer and you want to bring a group out, call me at the Chamber, 334-4381, and I'll give you a fabulous discount deal on a large group of tickets.
Is this all you can eat?
It's all you can eat, all you can drink. Eat, drink, and be merry.
Yeah.
Visit with folks, see neighbors and friends, meet new friends.
If you go hungry, it's your own fault.
Yeah, it sounds like a great deal. Hey, thanks, Sherry. It's nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you too, Gordy.
And we will, thanks, Barb. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Always
You're
great to
in
be
tune
here.
to KDHLAM Faribault, Minnesota.